we go. So got back from Full Throttle Customs. Didn't go quite as I planned. We threw it on the dyno, and with the new drive shaft that was vibrating before, it seems like there still may be an issue, or maybe it's the axles. Not sure yet. So I got the car back up on the lift. These quick jacks, man, these quick jacks are amazing. You don't have those and you don't have a lift, get some. It's totally worth it. Anyway, so I'm gonna get under there. I'm gonna check the drive shaft out. Hopefully that's it. If not, then I got to figure out what else is going on. We'll take it from here. I'll keep you guys updated. All right. Passenger axle. Tiny bit. Driver's side axle. Slightly moves, but doesn't clunk like the other side. And differential. That's, I think, my noise. Really sloppy. I'm thinking if I turn these tires too. Oh yeah. That's definitely my noise. I can hear it all in the differential. It's coming in. And it has brand new fluid. I kind of cheaped out on replacing the axles and upgrading the differential. Differential does have 150,000 miles on it. Well, 145. I should have swapped out the axles and rebuilt the differential, but I didn't. So, I don't know if you guys can see me. Might be really close, but I decided to make that change and do some vibrations and some slop in the differential. So I am going to be upgrading that. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put in some Z28 axles. I already have the Z28 wheel hubs in, and this is the SS axle. So I'm going to take this out, replace it with the Z28. And then you can see it down there. They look the same, but I'm told the internals are different. So yeah, I'm gonna get that out, ship off the differential, and then we'll get it all installed again. All right, we got it out. It didn't just fall out because I do have the Hendrix offset bushings in there, as you can see. So I had to use my pry bar a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. And then slowly lowered it down. So differential's out, axles are both out. I'm gonna ship this off to Jannetty Racing. They're going to rebuild it with the True Track, their all the other different gears. I think I'm going 3.73 gears, and everything else that goes inside, they're just gonna replace it all. So I have a rebuilt differential here soon, and then I'll put in the Z28 axles. So once this is done, the rear end will be completely rebuilt. Do I dare say completely? All right, there it is. The new Jannetty Racing rebuilt differential with the 3.91 gears. It is my original housing, obviously, except for the rear. My Hendrix offset bushings still there. So I greased them up because, man, these things are a pain to get in. So they're all greased up, they're ready to go. I'm gonna transfer this over to my transmission jack, and then we're gonna get that thing right inside there. So once it's in there, then I'll show you guys what it looks like. And I'm putting some DEI Heat Shield adhesive. Why? Because these heat shields are getting in my way. As you see, I butchered it up already, right? I think I showed that before. So before we do the install, I've been under here already. Let's see if I can get you guys under here. And I'm gonna be doing the gas tank because that's my main concern. So as you can see, the heat shield is off. We're gonna do this whole tunnel, and I've already started. So I've got patch there on the passenger side and patch there on the driver. Oh, look at, you can see my new shifter. Oh yeah, short throw. It's the, I took out the hearse. I heard that this one's better. So before I put in the differential, the new axles, decided to do the heat shield. More updates to come. Okay, so the DEI tunnel insulation heat shield is now complete. So it's on the gas tank. That was my main concern, just because I wanted to get that OEM heat shield out because it was hitting the drive shaft. Since I have the Hendrix differential bushings, the offset ones, it does raise the drive shaft, which then gets pretty close to that heat shield. So now you can see the parking brakes is exposed, but that's fine. It's not a daily driver. But this stuff came out really nice. I did use paper to make templates first, sized it all up, and then cut each piece. It wasn't that bad to cut, but let me tell you, it's a tedious job. I might add a couple more pieces, like one there and one over there to fill that gap. But other than that, I mean, it looks nice. Hopefully it functions nice. Now that that's done, we're gonna move on to the differential, getting that back in, and the axles. It is in. New differential, finally in. Went pretty well with that grease on it. So hopefully that doesn't cause it to move around, but those bolt holes are perfect. I mean, you have to line them perfectly to get this thing mounted in. So I don't think it's gonna be moving. I'm gonna put in these axles, slide those in. I just took apart the calipers and the rotors, so that way it's easier to get these axles in without messing up the the little ring on there. I'm just lost for words right now. Update on the car. Have it up on the lift, getting ready to time the bushings. You can see my homemade wooden blocks. I also got the Z28 axles are now in. So let's take a look here. Lying down on my creeper. All right, so there's the new 3.91 Jannetty Racing differential. They rebuilt mine. I do have the Hendrix offset bushings in there as well. The Z28 axles. And while I was down there, or had it all apart, I did put this heat shielding that I showed you guys earlier, and I added some tape. So hopefully that will keep it from the edges getting all messed up. We'll see. It's kind of sticking. I don't know, maybe the heat will help. But I put that all the way down the tunnel. So this is on the fuel tank, because I got rid of that the factory heat shield, because of the drive shaft rubbing on it, and the offset bushings raise raise the whole differential, which raises the drive shaft. So I went this route. I'm going to tie back the emergency brake here, and I've been told that if I grab it from here and tie it to the tow rod, that it will make sure this is nice and tight. So right now it's clearing, but just barely. So there is a counterweight right here. Let's see if we can zoom out. So you see the counterweight, and it's clearing, but not by much. So if I pull this tighter, then there's way more clearance. So I'm gonna pull it a little bit tighter with the zip ties, and hopefully that'll keep that out of the way. And this is what it looks like underneath on the tunnel. So it looks pretty clean. I'm happy with it. Except, like I said, this tape is maybe not the best tape. And I cleaned this whole tunnel. It was nice and clean, so maybe a little heat will help. Oh, and I did replace the output shaft seal, which is in here. So new seal, new washer, new nut, and then put up the drive shaft. So we'll see how everything works out. Once I'm gonna time the bushings right now. Once that is done, then I'm going to put the exhaust back in, and I do have an appointment to get my alignment done. And after that, we'll make sure we'll break in that differential for 300 to 500 miles. And then it's dyno time again. So hopefully we're gonna hit 650 to 700. That'd be nice. It's currently at 650. So I'd like to get to that 700. All right, there you are.